In 2024, my friend Emily and I planned a weekend trip to Miami. At 22, it was our first time visiting, and we were excited for an adventure. We booked a full house rental in Wynwood, about a 20-minute Uber ride from the beach. Arriving late Thursday night, we decided to ease into the Miami nightlife by checking out some nearby bars. The next day, we spent hours soaking up the sun at Miami Beach, relaxing on the towels from our rental. Throughout the afternoon, different groups of guys approached us, but we weren't interested. Then, one caught my eye. He had a smooth accent, a confident yet respectful demeanor, and an effortless charm. Introducing himself as Jake, he asked about our plans for the night and casually requested my number. I hesitated but eventually gave it to him. He walked away without approaching anyone else, which made me think he was genuinely interested. Later that evening, after some time at the beach and a few drinks at local bars, we returned to our rental, stocked up on more drinks, and relaxed by the pool. As we played music and planned our night, I decided to text Jake. He responded instantly, saying he and his friend Ryan didn't have plans yet and suggested we all go out together in Wynwood. Emily, half-jokingly, asked if his friend was cute, but I didn't bother to check. We arranged for them to meet us at our place to pregame before heading out. Jake and Ryan arrived around 8, bringing their own drinks. Ryan, to my surprise, was just as good-looking as Jake, and I could tell Emily was pleased. We drank together in the backyard for about an hour, chatting and getting to know each other. Everything seemed normal. When we finally headed out, we walked to a nearby bar. Emily and I were already tipsy, and Jake and Ryan kept the shots coming. Things quickly became hazy. I wasn't completely blacked out, but my memories of the night were disjointed. At some point, Emily and Ryan drifted off to another section of the bar, leaving me alone with Jake. I remember him asking what I wanted for my next drink, just as I was about to go to the restroom. I casually responded, "Tequila soda." When I returned, I noticed something unsettling. Jake was hovering over the drinks at the bar in a way that felt suspicious. Something about his posture, the way he shielded the glasses, set off alarm bells. I maneuvered to get a better angle and saw that he was doing something to my drink. Even in my drunken state, my gut told me to run. I turned and walked away before he noticed. I frantically searched for Emily, but she and Ryan were nowhere in sight. Panicked, I rushed out of the bar and called her multiple times, but she didn't pick up. Meanwhile, Jake texted me, asking where I had gone. I ignored him. Instead, I kept texting Emily, urging her to leave, telling her I thought Jake had tried to drug me. She finally responded, confused, asking why I thought that. I explained what I saw, but she brushed it off, suggesting he might have just been on his phone. I called her again, but she wouldn't answer. Instead, she texted back, "I'm still with Ryan, just text me." I told her I was heading back to the Airbnb and urged her to meet me there. She responded, "I'll be back soon." I walked back alone, shaken but determined to get to safety. When I arrived, I locked both doors, knowing they would automatically secure after a few seconds. I sat on the couch, still slightly drunk, my mind racing between fear for Emily and wondering if I had overreacted. Then the back door handle rattled. My stomach dropped. I heard the beeping sounds of the code lock being attempted, followed by a failed attempt sound. A second later, I received a text from Emily. "Open the back door." Something felt off. I called her name through the door. No answer. I dialed her number, but she didn't pick up. Instead, another text came through. "Hurry, open the door. He's coming." Pure terror gripped me. I yelled, "Emily, you're scaring me. Answer me." Silence. The rental had no peephole on the back door, so I sprinted to the front. I peered through the peephole and felt my blood run cold. Jake was standing just out of sight, partially hidden near the doorframe. My mind raced. Was Emily running from him? Was she even really outside? I texted back, "I'm calling 911. No response. I immediately dialed 911 and explained the situation. While I was on the phone, I checked the peephole again. Jake was gone. My hands shook as I stayed on the line until the police arrived. When they got there, one officer asked, "Is your friend blonde?" "Yes," I said, my heart pounding. He nodded. "She's in the squad car. We found her wandering the streets." Emily arrived in a second police car, shaken and in tears. She had lost her phone and wandered alone for an hour until a stranger helped her call the police. The messages from her number They weren't from her. Her phone was stolen, and the text came from Jake and Ryan, whoever they were. We later found it in the pool. The moment I mentioned the police, they vanished. We filed a report, but a week later, the police only followed up to confirm Jake's fake name. After that, nothing. Despite clear evidence, they didn't prioritize the case. Our trip was ruined, and I'll never return to Miami.